வணக்கம் ரசிகர்களே, வெல்கம் டு விண்மீன் அரங்கம். ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் வேர்ல்ட் எப்படி போய்கிட்டு இருக்கு? பயங்கரமா போய்கிட்டு இருக்கு. ஸோ நிமிஷன், நம்மளுக்கு இன்னைக்கு ஒரு ஸ்பெஷலான கெஸ்ட் வந்திருக்காங்க. யார் நிமிஷன்?
மேத்யூ, இன்னைக்கு வந்திருக்கிற சிங்கப்பெண்ணை பத்தி பேசுறதுக்கு எனக்கு நர்வஸா இருக்கு. மேத்யூ, நீங்களே இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்ணிருங்க.
Alright, no worries. She is the superwoman behind all of our sports development in Malaysia. So without further ado, let us welcome the Minister of Youth and Sports, YB Hannah Yeoh.
YB,
Hi, YB.
Welcome to Binmin Arangam.
Thank
We are
you.
so honored and grateful to have you here today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
YB, we believe that this is your first entry for a Tamil program.
Yes, but I can't speak Tamil.
Okay.
But I prepare a few sentences, just 2 sentences.
Awesome.
In Tamil.
We are so excited to hear that now.
Okay, I try. I
Okay,
try.
okay.
Vanakkam, nan unai kadalikirin.
no.
And one more, yennaku Astro romba pidikum.
Astro அவங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும்னு சொல்லிருக்காங்க. அவங்களும் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கிற எல்லா ஃபேன்ஸையும் காதலிக்கிறேன்னு சொல்லுங்க. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Before we move on to the interview, I've got one question for you.
Okay.
What was the most favorite sports for you during your school time that you conquered?
When I was in school, I did a variety of sports, but my favorite would be 100 meters.
100 meters.
Back then I was a lot thinner, so
Okay.
lighter and faster.
Okay.
So that 100-meter run is the best feeling in the world.
Yes.
At that speed, right, you really, really enjoy it. But I played tennis, volleyball, and then in college I learned to play ping pong, and bola baling, a variety of sports. Yeah.
We have got an all-rounder here.
Of course, but I think YB, you're looking absolutely great.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
still
you
fit.
very much. Okay.
Yeah, fitter than us, I guess. So YB, tell us one amazing moment that is unforgettable back in high school, like something that you cannot forget, be it sports or anything.
I think if we're talking about contribution in sports, of course the teacher or the coach played a very important role.
Okay.
In my school, in Sekolah Rendah back then, my disciplinary teacher used to drive us in a van to go to MSSD for tournament, for practice. So I have that memory of us sitting in the van together going for tournaments. But if I'm thinking about practice, then it has to be cycling with my friends to go to Valley Country Club to play tennis. I think back then in 1990s, I feel that children were allowed to roam freely a lot more. Like we used to cycle even though we were in primary school or secondary school, we were allowed to. But today, many of us won't allow our kids to just go out freely. Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Of course.
Good memories, good childhood memories. Thanks, YB. YB, sports is growing fantastically in our nation now, thanks to you. What is the additional effort taken to create this awareness more to our society?
I came in 2022 December, and then immediately we had SEA Games, and we were criticized during SEA Games for not winning enough medals.
Right.
And that was the time I realized, at a time where you are relying heavily on a lot of older athletes, there is a need now to build up a lot more young athletes. And so you have to start with promoting sports, when the kids are very young. And so when you want to do that in lifestyle, you have to create many experiences for the children to encounter and to see sports. So one of the effort we made was to provide big screen. I remember the big screen for the football matches, the match with Korea at the Asian Cup. That gave a lot of children that experience of just cheering, because we did a big screen in Stadium National Bukit Jalil.
Yes.
Even though it was not a live match, but I remember seeing so many children just running around celebrating as though we won the World Cup at the time. So, watching will do something in our children because that will create interest. So big screen is one of them. Secondly, we are partnering with shopping malls to bring sports association and their tournaments to the shopping malls. In Malaysia, people don't really like outdoor weekends. I'm talking about family events.
Yeah.
We want to go where there is aircon. So people go to shopping malls as the community gathering places.
Sure.
So when we partner with them to do high jump competition inside the mall or ping pong or break dance, children, when they see, then it will create curiosity inside them. Maybe I can do it. Then they want to try.
True.
And so when they try, then you create more platform for talent identification to take place. That's number 2. Just bring sports to where the people are. And of course, then number 3 is looking at tax incentive. You want Malaysia to be a sporting nation. You want us to accelerate really quickly. But if you are relying only on government to put in funds to invest into sports, it's going to take a long time because we have one of the smallest budget among all ministries. But what is that platform that we can accelerate it using tax deduction? So we were successful this round in asking Ministry of Finance to give us that tax deduction. So for the first time this year, they have created a special tax deduction category just for sports up to 1,000 ringgit. And the most important thing is, in the past, if you buy sports equipment, you use gym subscription, all that can be used as tax deduction. But now it's going to include sports training. So we are hoping with 103 gazetted sports. When I came in, it was 51 gazetted sports. Now we double it.
Wow.
So it's 103 sports to choose from. And with that tax deduction 1,000, parents are going to start investing because they can use it for themselves, for their spouse, or for their children. So we hope, especially post-COVID, more parents are going to send their kids for sports lesson, sports training. When you have more people spending money on sports training, that would mean your athletes, when they retire, they can become a coach. So that industry will grow. Yeah.
Fantastic.
That is amazing.
That's a great...
Yeah, it's like we got a whole new knowledge about this.
Yeah. I think the viewers will get this idea and they'll understand better.
Absolutely. So, YB, how do sports contribute to the development of young athletes in Malaysia, especially within the Indian community?
I think it's very important that we see sports as a unifying tool for this nation. When they study, already now, sometimes they are segregated by the schools they go to, right? So we hope that with sports, you can actually bring kids together, whether they're from Tamil school, Chinese school, or Sekolah Kebangsaan, or Sekolah Tafiz, by creating that platform for them to mingle and to play together is important, not just study together. That's why now we set up a high-level committee chaired by the Deputy Prime Minister, bringing KBS, Education Ministry, and Higher Education Ministry together. And then first step, we say, when you want to get kids to compete again, you want to make sure at MSSD level, you are not only taking in children from government schools. It has to be children from Tafiz school, vernacular school, and also private and international schools. That way, when you're talking about under 12, you know that all the under 12 platforms are there and they are all competing together. Otherwise, your pool will be very small if you're just focusing on Sekolah Kebangsaan, right? So that's one thing, getting kids from different races to play together. Now, number two, those days, sports training is very different. The coaches are very, very strict. Today, a lot of young people are very empowered because, we have different parenting style today. You make the decision. I don't tell you what to do, you choose yourself. So as a result, because of the different style in parenting, sometimes children don't take instructions very well, and so they create their own rules. But when you play sports, you are made to follow one rule. Whether you are poor or rich, every child must play by the same rule if you want to compete and win, right? So children actually learn how to abide by rules and to respect each other. The other value in sports, when you expose children to sports at a young age, is the ability to take losses. When you lose, you actually teach children how to cope when things don't go their way, right? So when they are in competition and when they keep losing, it's actually good practice and training for life. This is a life skill that you're giving to children. And so parents, I would definitely encourage you to send your kids to sports training, sports tournament, because when they learn how to win and lose, they learn about sportsmanship, respecting others, and how to cope with losing in life.
Fantastic. There's so much of insightful things. I think parents and kids who are watching this back at home today will have a total different view.
We are changing the mindset today, right? Yeah?
Exactly. Well, going back to the parenting matter that you mentioned just now. During my time, parents used to be like education first, sports second. Always used to get that. I think today there are some parents are still doing the same thing. In your opinion, how do we convince parents to see that sports is actually a viable career option in Malaysia these days?
Sports have already changed from back then to now. Today, sportsmen earn so much. A football coach can earn more than the Prime Minister. a footballer can earn more than the sports minister. And so when the sports industry is changing, parents must also, be updated about, the ecosystem. So sports today is no longer just games, but it's an industry. You have sports science, and then also players actually have so many endorsement deals. They are no longer just a sports icon. You can see them on billboards. You can see them endorsing different brands. And so people look up to sportsmen a lot. So there are a lot of platforms, I think, for sports, for athletes to do well. And today, by creating this more platform for athletes to excel and then to transition to becoming a coach, we have also reviewed the coaching salary scheme. It's not been done for a long time. We have just done that. And today we also pay EPF to our athletes beginning January this year, EPF and per peso. So back then it was an allowance to train. Today it's a contract of employment that we're giving to the athletes. We give you EPF. That means it's a job.
It's a job.
Yes, a job.
Right? It's a profession.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when you treat them professionally, the parents can now see that, if I send my kids to sports, they can actually come out very successful. A lot of universities give sports scholarship to our children. So it's no longer talking about just straight A's. Now when you excel in sport, you have a different platform for scholarship.
True.
Yeah.
Awesome. I wish all the parents are watching this will know
Absolutely.
now. Sports is also an important thing and it gives you a good career opportunity. YB, thank you so much. We have got more questions coming right for you, but after this commercial break. YB கொடுக்குற இன்சைட்ஸ்லாம் கேட்கும்போது நம்மளுக்கே இன்னைக்கு நிறைய விஷயம் நம்ம கிட்ட ஷேர் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. அவங்ககிட்ட நம்ம இன்னும் நிறைய கேள்விகள் கேட்க போறோம் இந்த கமர்ஷியல் பிரேக் அப்புறம். பட் அதுக்கு முன்பதாக இதோ உங்களுடைய உள்ளூர் அரங்கம்.
ஏசியன் யூனிவர்சிட்டி கேம்ஸில் கராத்தே போட்டியில் நாட்டிற்கான 35 மற்றும் 36வது தங்கப் பதக்கங்களை வென்றனர் சூர்யா மற்றும் தேவேந்திரன். 2024 பாரிஸ் ஒலிம்பிக் போட்டியில் மகளிருக்கான பூப்பந்து இரட்டையர் பிரிவில் தேசிய முதன்மை பூப்பந்து வீராங்கனைகளான பொலிதான் மற்றும் தீனா முரளிதரன் 2 வலுவான ஜோடிகளை எதிர்கொள்ள வாய்ப்புள்ளது. மலேசியா 2024 ஆண்டிற்கான பாராலிம்பிக்ஸ் மன்ற தொடக்க விழாவின் போது தேசிய அணியினர் அணியும் அதிகாரப்பூர்வ உடையை வெளியிட்டுள்ளது. 2024 பாரிஸ் ஒலிம்பிக் போட்டியில் மலேசியா ஒரு தங்கப் பதக்கத்தை வெல்ல இலக்கு கொண்டுள்ளதாக இளைஞர் விளையாட்டு அமைச்சர் ஹனா யோ இலக்கு நிர்ணயித்துள்ளார்.
Welcome back to Vidbin Arangam. So, Nivashan, நம்ம கூட இன்னைக்கு வந்து ஒரு ஸ்பெஷலான டே, ஸ்பெஷலான பர்சன் நம்ம கூட இருக்காங்க. யார் நிவாஷன்?
அவங்க தான் நம்ம Minister of Youth and Sports, YB Hannah Yeoh இருக்காங்க.
Yes.
YB, back to you. YB, this question. What is your favorite Indian food or Indian dishes?
If it's sweet, then it has to be sweet appam with gula melaka.
Wow. Palapam.
Yeah.
Palapam.
But if it's the normal, I like butter chicken or banana leaf. But I like the sawi.
Sawi. பார்த்தீங்களா butter chicken and sawi என்ன ஒரு
and
combination.
sambal tofu.
Sambal.
Okay, Baby, you just talked about the favorite food. Who is your favorite Tamil hero?
I don't have, but my husband, he watches a lot and his favorite is Rajinikanth.
Come on, நம்ம superstar.
Superstar. Thank you so much, YB.
Yeah.
So அவங்களுக்கு பிடிச்ச சாப்பாடு நம்மளுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருச்சு. ஹீரோவும் ரஜினிகாந்த் சொல்லிட்டாங்க. இதுக்கப்புறம் நம்மளுக்கு வேற ஒன்றும் இல்லை மேத்யூ. YB, okay. SUKMA is going to take place very soon.
Yeah.
So how is the preparations going on for this, which is going to take place in Sarawak very soon?
We are very excited because this time SUKMA will be in Sarawak and Sarawak government as the host, they are going to be hosting everybody, and we all know Sarawak is well known for their warm hospitality. So we are really looking forward to it. We have very regular meetings with them. So far everything is going according to schedule.
Yes. That's
Time
great. That's
is
great.
catching
So
up.
Maybe
Time is coming up and SUKMA is going to start, I think, in less than a month.
Exactly. So maybe you already mentioned earlier that you said that sports have changed a lot.
Yeah.
So even for SUKMA as well. So are there any new policies or strategies being introduced to enhance the quality and impact of SUKMA?
I think for a start, we don't want to have demo sports because we really want them to be able to prepare themselves. And we want some kind of certainty and not always every SUKMA people have to lobby for it. So for Kuching, for Sarawak, we are bringing in kabaddi, silambam, cricket, softball, and also chess. So I know the chess community, for example, they are very, very excited.
True.
And the other thing that we have to improve after this is that currently you need 6 states, minimum 6 states to participate in one sport before that sports can be organized. And so I feel that is actually not very good, simply because some sports then the states have the option to drop them. And so for other athletes in other states who have been practicing, when you have 5 states, for example, they then don't get a chance to compete. And what we also noticed this year, the sports that did not get 6 states to participate in, a lot of it, majority are sports for women. So we feel that's not fair, because the state governments are not investing into sports for women. And that's something we want to change later on. So we definitely have a post-mortem after that to make sure that, you know, SUKMA really is the place to enable athletes and for us to find more talent, to prepare them to represent Malaysia. So you want to constantly make improvements so that we can actually find young athletes. It's not fair for sports for women to be dropped just because of lack of investment by the states. Yeah.
But this is a good effort. I mean, it's going to make other states also to take a great awareness on sports that they don't have, and they're going to develop that much better. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, from SUKMA moving into Olympics, one big thing which is coming next. How motivated and prepared are our athletes towards this Olympic which is going to come soon?
We have a rather small contingent for Olympic. We have 26 of them going. And we all know that all the time you're looking at medals coming from either cycling, badminton, or diving. But we don't want to say that for the rest of the sports, they actually have no chance. We actually tell the athletes, when you go and compete, because you already qualified, and so you are good enough to represent Malaysia on this international platform. And when you go and you give it your best, that's the beauty of sports. When you do well and when you give it your best, sometimes you can actually come out as a winner. And so we want our athletes to be brave, to be consistent, not to be intimidated when you go to a platform like that. And also for our Road to Go athletes, we set up Road to Go for 2 Olympic cycles, for Paris and also for Los Angeles. In this Road to Go setup, the athletes who have a chance to bring back gold medal from Olympics, they are given top-up services to further prepare them to bring back that goal, right? And so up to this point, everything that we can give to our athletes, we have given, right? So they are going with a lot of top-up services. For example, sparring partners, or some of them need different facilities to help them get that better chance to bring back that goal. We have given that out, and the coaches are all testifying that, you know, this Road to Go has really helped them a lot. So we are hoping that with the government's effort to provide the best we can for our athletes, they go with the best bicycle, they go with the best technology, you know, and the preparation that they have. We are hoping that they can be consistent, to be calm, and don't injure themselves from now till then, and then give it their best. I think Malaysians, what they're looking for in our athletes is just the fact that when they go into the courts, they give us their best version.
Of course. Exactly.
That's all we want. That they don't give up halfway, they don't give up, you know. Sometimes you can lose a game, but the nation can still treat you like a winner because they know, wow, you really fought for every
they put
point.
the effort,
Yes.
When it comes to Malaysia performing in any sports, that motivation that we have as fans back at home is totally different.
Of course. Well, it's amazing, isn't it? YB, talking about that, do all the athletes go through any sorts of challenges, especially during the preparation?
I think no one wants to win more than our athletes because they are the ones who are practicing hours for years to have this chance at the Olympic. And so I hope that, you know, we can, you know, there's a movie now called Goal about life of Chia Lik Hau. I think every Malaysian needs to go and watch that movie because then you understand the struggle and the years of struggle before they actually land in the court in Olympic or Paralympic. And so I want Malaysians to be able to relate to our athletes, that when you type a comment on social media, you understand and you become more kind you know, more kind with your remarks, and to also understand the athletes also want to win badly.
Correct.
Yeah, and so, you know, if we can be very encouraging during this season, and we have a hashtag Kita Semua Timas, all of us are part of the same team.
Correct.
And so we want to go there, whether you are KBS or Olympic Council or the athletes, you know, we go there as a team, and we want the athletes to know that Malaysia as a nation is solidly behind them.
Yeah, I think this is a great comment there, YB, because, you know, whenever I used to watch all the sports and stuff, every time when a Malaysian athlete loses, the comments on social media is just very heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because as much as you said, you know, they want to win.
Yeah.
Of course, we also want to win as a nation, you know.
Yes.
So I hope it will definitely change the outcome for this.
Yeah.
I think this time everybody is going to stand together for Olympics.
course,
We are
yeah.
prepared for Malaysia as well.
Yeah, we
I
are.
think we're going to bag more goals and medals back home this time. We are well prepared.
But we are starting early. For example, like I told you about Road to Goal, we are preparing also for Los Angeles 2028, where for the first time squash will be in. And so now we have fast track athletes, so Siva Sanggari,
Yeah.
and Yeoh, and the two sisters. We are putting them together and giving them top-up services to prepare them for 2028. So we are starting now.
Okay.
Because, you know, just like China also wants to go for squash. We also want, so, you know, we have to start early.
All right, YB, thank you.
We are prepared.
Yeah. YB, I mean, everyone is sitting there and watching, and I think they would have received a lot of insightful information from you today. What would be your message to all the viewers who are sitting back there today that you'd like to give?
I think my message to all Malaysians, don't be a spectator in sports, be a participant. When I say be a participant, I mean, you know, don't just be a supporter, don't just be a fan, but pick up a sport that you enjoy at your age. You know, it can be comfortable. You don't have to copy your friends. So for me now, I can't do 100 meters anymore, but, you know, I pick up a new interest. You know, I like hiking, I like brisk walking. And so I know that at this age, at 45, I need to have a healthy lifestyle. And so I want Malaysians to actually do it for themselves, do it for your own health. You know, so don't just be cheering for some other people to do sports. There are 103 types of sports. There are tax incentives now that we are giving out. There's greater support everywhere else for sports, and we are opening up facilities to make it accessible. For example, stadium, free now.
Yeah.
Stadium Nasional Bukit Jalil is free for schools to
Yeah.
use for sports day. So we have Tamil school, Chinese school, private school, international school, Kebangsaan. Everybody's going in for sports day. So we want to cultivate sports into something that is sustainable lifestyle, and we want Malaysians to actually have, you know, an interest in sports and not just be talking about it on social media, but actually practicing it and sweating it out.
Sure. Exciting. Thank you so
Yes.
much, YB. I think you spoke more about career, about kids developing in
Yeah.
sports. Parents who are watching, I think they would have better guide today where to put, how to grow their kids into sports. Lots of informative things we discussed today. Thank you
I have to
so
come back
much.
again. I hope you invite me again. Yes.
We are more than happy to have you again with
Yeah.
more chats. Thank you so much for your time.
Most welcome.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
thank
being
you
here
so
on
much.
Winmin Arangam. I think this is
It's
one
an
of the
honor,
best.
YB.
Yes,
It's an honor.
Thank you.
I think this is one of the fantastic experience that we have today. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us
Thank
today.
you. Thank you.
Wow. நிறைய இன்னைக்கு நம்ம கேட்டோம், நிறைய இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் நம்ம கிடைச்சிச்சு YB கிட்ட இருந்து. I'm mind blown.
கரெக்ட். ஒன்னா ரெண்டா அவ்வளோ இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் நம்ம எத்தனை வாரம் அத்லீட்ஸை பார்த்துக்கிட்டு இருந்ததுல இன்னைக்கு அவங்க வந்து ரேப் அப் சம்மரி கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ஃபியூச்சர் எப்படி இருக்கு, கோச்சஸ் பிளேயர்ஸ்க்கு என்ன மாதிரி டெவலப்மெண்ட் இருக்குன்னு நிறைய விஷயத்தை அவங்க ஷேர் பண்ணாங்க. இதை பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கிறவங்க அத்தனை பேருக்கும் நல்ல ஒரு இன்ஃபர்மேஷனாக இருக்கும். மேத்யூ, கம் பேக் அகெயின் டு அவர் மோஸ்ட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ஹாட் டாபிக் யூரோ. வாட்ஸ் ஹேப்பனிங் நெக்ஸ்ட்?
Euro, of course, it's getting bigger, man, and also final இப்ப அதாவது ஸ்பெயின்க்கோ இங்கிலாந்துக்கோ either it's coming home or it's far from home or it's going home. We don't know. So யார் ஜெயிக்க போறான்னு நமக்கு தெரியல, பட் அந்த ஃபைனல் மேக் ஷூர் நாளைக்கு சண்டே. Yes.
ஆமா. ஸோ அங்கிட்டு பார்த்தோம்னாக்கா இங்கிலாந்து வர்சஸ் ஸ்பெயின் ஓடிக்கிட்டு இருக்கு. ஐ திங்க் ஐம் கோயிங் ஃபார் ஸ்பெயின். உங்களுக்கு எப்ப? உங்களுக்கு ஸ்பெயினா இங்கிலாண்டா?
I'm going for Spain.
I'm going for Spain too. Next we have Copa finals coming up. Argentina versus Colombia.
I'm going to go for Colombia, man.
Morning 8 o'clock match.
Yes.
நீங்க going for Colombia?
I'm going to go for Colombia this time.
Still
Messi
sticking.
ஜெயிச்சது போதும்.
I think I'm going to stick a little bit to Argentina. Let's see how this prediction goes on. Wait பண்ணி பார்க்கலாம்.
Of course.
அருமையான ஃபைனல்ஸ் நம்மளுக்கு வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கு. அது மட்டும் இல்லை, இன்னைக்கு நிகழ்ச்சி நம்மளுக்கு சிறப்பா ஒண்ணுச்சு. நம்மளுக்கு YB வந்தாங்க, நிறைய விஷயத்தை ஷேர் பண்ணாங்க. யூரோ ஃபைனல்ஸ், கோப்பா ஃபைனல்ஸ், அதுல ரொம்ப முக்கியமான விஷயம் ஒலிம்பிக்ஸ் வேற நம்மளுக்கு ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண போகுது. ஸோ மேத்யூ, நம்மளுக்கு எக்ஸைட்டிங்கான வீக் அஹெட் காத்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கு.
Of course, உங்களுக்கு நிறைய இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் கூட கிடைச்சு நீங்க ஒலிம்பிக் வர சொல்லிருந்தீங்க, YB கேட்டவங்களுக்கு நிறைய ஒலிம்பிக் கிடைச்சு.
கண்டிப்பா இன்னைக்கு பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கிறது வியூவர்ஸ்க்கு எல்லாத்துக்குமே நன்றி. நம்ம அடுத்த வாரம் இதே மாதிரி இன்னும் நிறைய எக்ஸ்க்ளூசிவான இன்டர்வியூஸ்லாம் உங்களுக்கு காத்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கு. So stay tuned, signing off, and Nivashan.
Matthews Isaac.
See you guys. Bye.